You're listening to Pato's Powerhouse.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's podcast. This is Pato the Ghostwriter, thanking you for tuning in because, well, I've always said this and I know it's true. You have options. I've seen them, I've heard them. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been behind the microphone. A lot of it has to do because I was spending a lot of time helping Dayguard move, which we're glad that's done and over with. He's settled into his new place. That's done. Hey. Also, we took a break and we went to Cali and we ended up going to the most expensive place in the world. No, I'm talking about, well, you know what I'm talking about, right? We ended up in Disney. So, yeah, we gave the mouse a lot of our hard-earned cash. So now we had a lot of fun, though. Make no mistake about that. We had a lot of fun. But now we're back on the grind trying to make up some of that money that we gave the mouse. Until next time. All right. Anyway, how you doing? It's been a while since I've had the chance to talk to you. And you. And you too. And yes, this time even you. Come on. Actually, I'm just glad to be behind the microphones here. I'm glad to be able to, spend time with my favorite peeps. So, that's the big thing. I guess I already gave it away, right? I went to Disney. No, but it's funny. We flew over there, which normally I like to drive because I'm one of those people that, without sounding like George Carlin routine here, I like to take stuff with me because I take comfort whenever I travel to a different place, a different state. I take comfort in having some of my stuff with me, And on the plane, it was, if you take too much shit, you gotta pay extra. So we made it a point to just take carry-on luggage, whatever could fit in a backpack. That's what we were taking. Man, that is challenging. Everybody was having, except for, I think Dayguard and T-Bone are probably the only ones that had no issues. Just pack their, guys were easy, and I think I kind of didn't have that much of a struggle. But girls, they oh gosh, they gotta have all this other stuff, and then we pack our stuff, we get to the airport, we go through TSA, and apparently I didn't know that. Well, we found out the hard way is that the wife bought a brand new bottle of lotion that she really liked. She loved how it smelled, but apparently that's not allowed. Bottle, I guess maybe it's the size of the bottle or whatever it was, but brand new bottle of lotion got thrown away. And I think my daughter had a bottle of perfume too that got thrown away. But here's the thing, like I said, it's been a long time since I'd flown, and last time I flew, there was no such thing as TSA. I had not flown since, the late 90s. We all know that TSA and all this happened after 9/11. So, it's a different experience. I know a lot of people are going like, well, man, you haven't flown since that? Well, some people never flown. In fact, the reason why we flew this time instead of driving is because, well, the wife's never flown before, and neither had Dayguard and the kids. So I figured, excuse me, let me get a drink here. I figured, hey, let's get that one, out of the bucket list. Let's go fly, and we did. And luckily, we went over there. We had fun. Disney was fun. Now that the kids are older, we just flowed. We got there early. We got to ride all the rides. I was surprised to find out that, well, surprised and relieved. It was a, Space Mountain, a ride in Disneyland. It is actually Space Mountain again. They took away all that cheesy Star Wars things that they had just slapped on, which it was really cheesy. I'm glad that they returned it to what it normally is, just what it was. Just Space Mountain. That was a lot of fun. Star Tours, well, I kind of miss the old Star Tours, the old little robot, but I guess they revamped it and not too bad. Like I said, we loved it, and of course we rode all the other rides. The Indiana Jones, the Haunted Mansion. What else did we do? The Mark Twain. I've always never bothered to get on that because I was younger and all I wanted to do was keep running from one ride to the other. But now that I'm older, I take pleasure in some of those slower pace rides where I can just go there, sit down, and rest my feet. So we got on that big boat, the Mark Twain, and just sat there, rested our feet, then moved on, kept moving forward. The one thing that we did skip was Splash Mountain, and the reason we did that is because, well, even though I was born in LA and I'm from that area, I've lived all my life in Arizona, Phoenix area, which means that anything below 75 degrees, I am freezing. So we usually go to Cali in March that's what we used to do. But this time we went in March. No, we usually go to Cali in July. In July when it's the summer. And even then, in the summer, any water rides, I gotta do them before noon. Anything, afternoon, that breeze starts blowing. No, it's too cold for me. In the evenings, it gets cold. I gotta wear a sweater. So this time that we went in March, which it wasn't as cold as I thought it would be, but definitely I wasn't taking a chance, and no water rides. I mean, well, we did get on Pirates, which they switched it around again. I don't know if this has anything to do with all the drama Johnny Depp has had, but I was telling them, wow, they changed things around. I mean, it almost looks like the way it did back in the original days before the pirate movies. But I mean, yeah, there were I think three. I think you see Jack Sparrow 3 times in the ride now. Oh, wow. I am dry today. I don't know why. But anyway, as I was saying, definitely that was fun. We avoided water rides because, well, it's cold for us. But other than that, I mean, it was a fun trip. We flew back. I mean, we had an awesome weekend getaway, if you want to call it that. And the thing is that even though it was awesome, stuff like that, we were all glad to be back. Sometimes people go out there and they have like all these mishaps happen on their vacation. And they're like, oh, glad to be home. Glad that's over. Well, in this case, we had no mishaps. Everything was cool. But we were glad to be home. Now, what can I say? We're home. And I wanted to get behind the microphones. But, I got home. I was still in the airport when I got a text message. And one of my jobs tells me, hey, would you like to work today? And I'm like, sure. I mean, I figured it was like 10 o'clock in the morning when I got the text message. And it was 11-ish, I was like, well, the plane leaves at 11. I'll be there by noon-ish. I'm like, yeah, I can make it there by 6. And I thought I was going to work like, 6 to 2 a.m. or something, No, it turns out I ended up doing 6 to 6. And I was like, oh, man. But anyway, have to make up some of that money, Some of that money I gave the mouse. But back to normal, back on the grind, What was I going to say? Apparently, K-Dog for cursory overload, he tells me that he's got something up his sleeve, something really cool. So I'm saying, okay, well, usually I'm waiting on him to sit down and record. This time I decided to go have a life, and well, that's why we haven't done an episode of Cursory Overload. Now, most of it is his fault, but I'm partially to blame today. I don't know what the percentage of the blame there is, but I'm partially to blame there for not getting down together and recording. Which quite honestly, I guess I'm jonesing for. It's a lot of fun when I sit there and we just sit back and shoot the breeze. So be on the lookout. Cursory Overload. He said we got something cool lined up, and we'll see how that goes, right? Another thing. Well, let's see. I haven't had a chance to. I wanted to go to the movies too, and I never made it out there. I guess I'm reaching that age where I get tired, and I'm starting to enjoy sleep. I'm starting to enjoy naps. I'm like, as a kid, you know how parents make you take a nap, and you're like, nah, I don't want to take a nap. And now as you get older, you're like, what was I fighting all these years? I'm like, damn, naps are awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick podcast here, a quick little bite-sized podcast to remind you that Pato's still here. I'm not going anywhere. Just wanted to, decided to live life a little. I'm one of your hard-working, foul-mouthed podcasters. I'm always working. Every time we talk about, we're talking about work, how I'm always working, and I try to squeeze in time to watch movies and troll the internet like the rest of you. Maybe hopefully catch stuff that you didn't catch, or just maybe talk about some of the stuff that you read and you read on the internet, you heard on the internet, and then you can sit there and then we can sit together and make conspiracy theories out of things. I'm just saying. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Like I said, that's basically all I'm saying is I'm basically bragging to y'all that I went to Disney. I'm just kidding. Well, not bragging, but I'm just saying, we went to Disney. We had a good time, and I look forward to, sitting here talking with each and every single one of you, all three of you that's listening. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate everybody from all over the place where, Belize, UK, LA, Virginia. Can you believe that? Way out in the East Coast too. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Cursory Overload. We have something special coming up, and as soon as I get a hold of K-Dog, we'll get all the logistics worked out. All right. Well, one of the reasons I tell you what I'm about to tell you, how I close my shows, is to enjoy every moment. Anything you got to say to your loved ones, say it, because you may not have the opportunity. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy these getaways with the family, because, you get to spend time together. I wish I could afford to take my entire family, it was just the wife, it was just the five of us, but I wish I could have taken my older daughter and my grandkids, but man, that adds up. And unless Pato hit the Powerball tonight, which by the way is 750 million, good luck out there to everybody who bought a Powerball ticket. In fact, the Powerball already happened. I don't even know. I could be rich for all I know, right? I'm gonna go check my ticket later. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Live each day like it's your last day, because it very well could be. Take the time to be with your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Show them you love them, because when it's all said and done, that's what makes life worth living. So till next time, this is Pato, and see ya.